In a world where we're constantly pulled in every direction, where noise, expectations, and pressure never seem to fade, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. How many times have you ended your day feeling drained, unfulfilled, and wondering if you're even on the right path? That nagging feeling, that maybe you're losing touch with who you truly are, is more common than you think. In the pursuit of success, we often lose ourselves to the demands of modern life, to the expectations of others, and to the endless distractions that keep us moving without clarity. As Buddha so wisely said, loneliness is the poverty of self, while solitude is the richness of self. This simple yet profound teaching points us toward an often overlooked truth. Solitude isn't about isolation or weakness. Instead, solitude is a powerful, sacred space where we reconnect with our deepest purpose, where the noise fades and clarity emerges. If you feel weighed down by life's pressures, unsure of your direction, and disconnected from what truly matters to you, then know this: solitude could be your path to rediscovery. In this video, we'll dive into 10 transformative Buddhist teachings that show how solitude, rather than a time to feel lost or empty, can become the key to unlocking your inner strength, self-awareness, and boundless potential. Think about it. How many of us have felt adrift, losing sight of our dreams in the ceaseless hustle of life? How often do we find ourselves overwhelmed, pulled off course, never quite able to focus on what truly matters? This video isn't just another guide to success. It's a journey through timeless wisdom that's designed to help you reconnect with yourself. Each teaching holds a unique insight into how solitude can empower you to pursue your goals with clarity and strength. Embracing these principles might be the very breakthrough you've been waiting for, helping you understand that time alone isn't a gap to be filled, but an opportunity to grow into your fullest self. So if you're ready to transform your life, to make solitude a powerful ally on your journey to success, join us. Watch until the end, because your journey to true success, fulfillment, and inner peace begins here. 1. Embrace solitude for profound self-discovery. In our modern world, we are rarely alone. We are surrounded by people, by noise, by screens, and by endless to-do lists that pull us in every direction. But the true richness of solitude offers us something rare and essential: a gateway to deeper self-discovery. In the stillness of solitude, we find a sacred space where the noise of the world fades away and the voice of our soul becomes clearer. This journey into solitude is not about feeling isolated or lonely. It's about reconnecting with our true selves, stripped away from the expectations and judgments of others. Imagine finding yourself in a moment of pure silence, free from distraction. In this quiet, we begin to see ourselves in a new light. Without the daily bombardment of outside influences, we have a rare opportunity to reflect on our own desires, strengths, and weaknesses with clarity. As we sit with our thoughts, we gain insight into the depths of our mind and soul, rediscovering the aspects of ourselves that often get buried beneath the noise. The Buddha once said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." This wisdom calls us to practice self-love and compassion, to see ourselves with gentle eyes and an open heart. When we allow ourselves this space of solitude, we create an environment for true self-reflection, where we are free from the pressures of society, the weight of others' expectations, and the distractions of the outside world. We let go of the need to prove ourselves or to live up to ideals imposed upon us. In this unfiltered space, our path becomes clearer. Goals that once seemed uncertain now come into focus as we align naturally with our true desires, without the clutter of external influence. It is here, in this unhurried state, that we can reflect honestly on who we are and who we wish to become. Buddhist teachings remind us that this inner journey is not just helpful, it is essential. Solitude is the gateway to the temple of our soul. In the quiet moments of being alone, we step into this sacred space where we can begin to uncover truths that are often hidden amidst the clamor of daily life. The wisdom we find here can be transformative, teaching us about our unique journey and guiding us toward greater peace and understanding. Solitude, in this sense, becomes not a place to escape from the world, but a space to reconnect deeply with our inner life and purpose. To embark on this path of self-discovery through solitude, we can start with small steps. Maybe we spend a few minutes each day in silent meditation or take a quiet walk in nature. Over time, as we become more comfortable in our own company, we can extend these moments, allowing ourselves to dive deeper into the rich world within. Through this exploration, we begin to understand ourselves in ways we never knew, setting goals and intentions that are not influenced by the world, but are born from our true essence. We stop being swayed by the desires and trends of others, and instead choose paths that resonate with our own core values and dreams. In this quiet space, we find wisdom. We hear an inner voice that guides us toward a life aligned with our truest self. Consider the story of a monk who chose to live in the solitude of the mountains, far removed from the distractions and noise of society. In his aloneness, he found not loneliness, but deep peace and enlightenment. The mountains became his teachers, and the silence his guide. In this profound solitude, he confronted his fears, desires, and doubts, and through this process, he uncovered deep truths within himself. He didn't lose himself in isolation. Instead, he discovered the most authentic version of who he truly was. The power of solitude for self-discovery is vast. By choosing to embrace solitude, we aren't distancing ourselves from the world, but finding the pathway to our innermost self. When we take the time to sit with ourselves, we gain clarity, self-awareness, and inner peace. Solitude teaches us that we don't need external validation or constant noise to feel alive and whole. Instead, it shows us that we are complete as we are, and that in the quiet, we find the answers that we've often sought outside of ourselves. 2. Solitude as a path to mindfulness. When we step into solitude, we grant ourselves the rare opportunity to listen closely to what's going on within our minds and hearts. This practice of focused, undisturbed awareness is what Buddhism calls mindfulness, a state in which we fully experience our thoughts and emotions without distraction or judgment. In solitude, we can pause and hear our inner thoughts, which often feel like whispers we miss in the busyness of daily life. Alone, our emotions surface more clearly, and we find ourselves able to observe them, understand them, and accept them with compassion. Buddha once said, "Mindfulness means being awake. It means knowing what you are doing." In solitude, this wisdom resonates deeply. Without the background noise of the outside world, we not only become aware of what we do, but also understand why we do it. Solitude provides the space to examine our motives, patterns, and choices in ways we rarely can when surrounded by distractions. This form of self-exploration brings us closer to intentional living, where our choices are not rushed reactions, but thoughtful, deliberate responses. Without outside influences, we confront our emotions head-on. In solitude, we're given the freedom to feel, to let our guard down, and to understand our emotions without interference. This mindful presence brings a new level of self-acceptance, where we can navigate feelings with more grace, patience, and compassion. Rather than responding impulsively, we learn to pause, breathe, and choose actions that align with our true intentions and values. Buddhism teaches that being alone is an essential practice for achieving mindfulness, a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace and growth. In solitude, mindfulness allows us to dive into our true nature, not as a means of running away from the world, but as a way of fully embracing it. By calming the mind and opening the heart, we create space for deeper understanding and connection. In these moments, solitude becomes a friend, a gentle guide that encourages us to listen to ourselves without judgment. Practicing solitude often begins with small steps like a quiet moment of meditation or a mindful walk. Gradually, as we grow comfortable with solitude, we extend these periods, allowing us to delve deeper into our thoughts and emotions. One powerful practice in solitude is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is a practice that helps us connect deeply with ourselves, creating a peaceful inner space, reducing stress, and enhancing our awareness of each moment. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives doesn't require complex routines, but can start with small, consistent actions that bring us back to the present. Here are some specific mindfulness techniques to begin and sustain this practice. 1. Meditation. Meditation is one of the most powerful ways to practice mindfulness. Find a quiet, comfortable space where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a relaxed position, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. Notice the rhythm of each inhale and exhale, observing how the breath moves in and out of your body. As thoughts inevitably arise, simply notice them without judgment and allow them to pass, returning your focus gently to your breath. Beginners may find it helpful to set a timer for a few minutes, gradually increasing the duration as they become more comfortable. Over time, meditation fosters a deep sense of calm, allowing the mind to settle and creating room for clarity. 2. Mindful breathing. Even outside of formal meditation, mindful breathing is an effective way to ground yourself. Take a moment throughout the day to pause and take a few slow, deep breaths. Focus on the feeling of the breath entering through your nose, filling your lungs, and releasing through your mouth. Feel each breath without rushing. This technique is particularly useful during moments of stress or tension, as it helps reset the nervous system and bring awareness back to the present moment. You can practice mindful breathing anywhere, in line at the grocery store, during a break at work, or even while commuting. 3. Body scan meditation. A body scan meditation is a mindfulness exercise that guides you through the sensations of your body, starting from the top of your head down to your toes. Begin by sitting or lying in a relaxed position, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Direct your attention to the crown of your head and notice any sensations or tensions. Gradually move your focus down through each part of your body: your forehead, neck, shoulders, chest, arms, abdomen, hips, legs, and feet. Observe any areas of tightness, discomfort, or relaxation without trying to change them. This practice not only helps you become more aware of physical sensations, but also fosters a sense of acceptance and compassion for your body. 4. Mindful walking. Walking mindfully is an excellent way to combine movement with mindfulness. Choose a quiet path or a space where you can walk without rushing. Start by standing still for a moment, feeling your connection to the ground. Begin to walk slowly, paying close attention to each step. Notice the sensations in your feet, the shift in balance, the rhythm of your gait, and the movement of your body. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the sensations of walking. Mindful walking can turn an ordinary activity into a calming, grounding experience, helping you feel more connected to yourself and your surroundings. 5. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully can be a powerful way to practice presence. When you sit down to eat, take a few moments to appreciate your food, the colors, textures, and aromas. As you take each bite, savor the flavors and the act of chewing. Try to eat slowly, putting down your utensils between bites. Notice how the food feels, the textures and tastes as they change. This practice not only enhances your enjoyment of food, but also helps you listen to your body's hunger and fullness cues, fostering a healthier relationship with eating. 6. Journaling with mindfulness. Keeping a mindfulness journal is a reflective practice that allows you to capture and explore your thoughts and emotions. Set aside a few minutes each day to write freely about how you're feeling, what you experienced, and any emotions or thoughts that stood out. Be honest and gentle with yourself, without self-criticism or judgment. Journaling in this way helps create a record of your inner journey and can provide insights into patterns, thoughts, or emotions that arise regularly. Over time, this habit can deepen your self-awareness and understanding. 7. Mindful listening. In conversations, practice mindful listening by giving your full attention to the other person. Avoid interrupting or planning your response while they're speaking. Focus on their words, tone, and expressions, letting them finish their thoughts before you respond. This practice enhances empathy and connection and allows you to engage more meaningfully with others, making your interactions more rewarding and genuine. 8. Gratitude practice. Cultivating gratitude is an important aspect of mindfulness that helps shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Set aside a few moments each day to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for, whether they're big or small. You can write these down in a journal or simply take a few moments to acknowledge them silently. Practicing gratitude regularly rewires your mind to recognize and appreciate positivity, promoting a sense of contentment and fulfillment. 9. Mindfulness in everyday activities. Mindfulness can be applied to almost any routine activity: washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or folding laundry. The key is to give your full attention to the task at hand. Notice the textures, smells, and movements involved in each action. For example, while washing dishes, feel the warm water on your hands, the texture of the soap, the sound of the water running. By focusing on these small sensory details, you bring mindfulness into your daily routine, transforming ordinary tasks into calming moments. Each of these techniques encourages you to slow down, center yourself, and experience the present moment fully. With regular practice, mindfulness becomes a way of living rather than a separate activity, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with calm and clarity. Through these practices, we strengthen our ability to remain grounded and centered, fostering a profound sense of inner peace that serves us in every aspect of our lives. In today's world, where distractions and demands are constant, finding a state of calm and inner stability can seem elusive. However, solitude and mindfulness offer powerful ways to cultivate this deep sense of peace that is not easily shaken by life's challenges. Far from merely relaxing, solitude and mindfulness foster an unshakable foundation within ourselves, a solid core that helps us navigate even the toughest situations with resilience and clarity. When we practice mindfulness in solitude, we step away from the external influences that often shape our thoughts and feelings. This quiet, uninterrupted space allows us to observe ourselves honestly and develop a calm, steady mind. In solitude, we're not avoiding reality. Rather, we're building the mental strength needed to engage with it fully. Through regular mindfulness practices, we learn to anchor our attention in the present moment, creating a buffer that shields us from the chaotic pull of outside pressures. As the Buddha taught, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. This teaching reminds us that stability and peace are cultivated from the inside out. Mindfulness in solitude also allows us to see the roots of our stress and anxieties without reacting impulsively. When we allow our thoughts and emotions to surface freely in a quiet space, we become more familiar with them. This familiarity helps us respond thoughtfully, rather than reflexively, to life's difficulties. By observing our feelings and reactions with a sense of compassion and non-judgment, we develop what's often called equanimity in Buddhist teachings, a calmness of mind that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. Through this equanimity, we create a stable ground that empowers us to meet challenges with patience and resolve. Moreover, the resilience built through mindfulness doesn't only impact our mental state, it affects every area of our lives. For instance, in times of conflict or stress, those who practice mindfulness regularly are more likely to maintain a balanced perspective, preventing emotional reactions that could escalate the situation. They can communicate with greater empathy and understanding, which not only helps resolve issues, but strengthens their relationships as well. When we're grounded in a stable inner peace, we approach problems with a clear mind, seeing them as temporary hurdles rather than overwhelming obstacles. In practical terms, this inner stability can be cultivated through simple, consistent mindfulness practices. Meditation, mindful breathing, or even mindful walking allow us to tap into a peaceful state that becomes more accessible over time. With each session, we strengthen our ability to remain calm and composed, even as life's demands grow. By fostering this state of inner stability, we create a personal sanctuary, a mental space we can return to whenever challenges arise. Consider the example of a Zen master who practiced solitude and mindfulness in a quiet retreat. His time alone was not an escape, but a purposeful withdrawal to strengthen his mind. When he returned to society, his calm presence had a profound impact on those around him. His ability to remain peaceful, even in high-pressure situations, was rooted in the foundation he had built within himself. This story illustrates how solitude and mindfulness can transform not only our internal experience, but also the way we interact with the world. In conclusion, the stability of inner peace cultivated through solitude and mindfulness is a profound strength that serves us far beyond moments of quiet. It becomes a living, breathing part of who we are, a foundation we can rely on when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. Through consistent mindfulness, we train our minds to stay centered, allowing us to face each moment with courage, wisdom, and a steady heart. This foundation of peace empowers us to live with intention, resilience, and a deep sense of well-being, no matter what life may bring. 3. Harnessing solitude for inner stability and creativity. In the constant noise of modern life, solitude becomes not only a sanctuary, but a powerful tool for developing inner stability and resilience. It's through solitude that we cultivate a mindful state, where the mind finds a rhythm of calm and groundedness, untouched by the external world's pressures. When we engage in mindfulness during these quiet times, we create a mental foundation that supports us, no matter what challenges we face. This stability acts as a protective layer, helping us to navigate through life's uncertainties with grace and patience, rather than being swept up in reactionary emotions or stress. Practicing mindfulness in solitude involves more than simply spending time alone. It means dedicating time to being present, fully aware of our thoughts, and engaging with our inner experiences with an open heart. In solitude, our thoughts settle like sand in water, allowing clarity to emerge as we quiet the mind. This clarity strengthens our ability to make wise decisions, as it helps us to see things as they are, without the noise of distraction. Think of solitude as a practice where we don't just quiet the mind, but build a secure mental state that endures, even when we're back in the rush of daily life. Mindfulness in solitude is also a means of developing self-compassion. When we're mindful, we recognize our own experiences, emotions, and struggles, meeting them with acceptance rather than judgment. This approach allows us to develop a compassionate perspective toward ourselves, which then extends outward to others. Mindfulness helps us to understand that the root of our resilience lies within. With each mindful moment, we are strengthening our capacity to handle stress, manage emotions, and respond to challenges with a calm, centered approach. In addition to stability, solitude is a fertile ground for creativity, allowing us the freedom to explore ideas and possibilities without the constraints of external influence. Creativity requires space, and solitude provides just that, an environment where our minds can wander freely, uncovering thoughts and ideas that might be buried beneath the demands of everyday life. When we're alone, we give ourselves permission to think deeply and explore our imagination, often leading to unique insights and solutions we might otherwise overlook. As Buddha wisely said, "The trouble is, you think you have time." This reminds us that the time we have is precious, and solitude offers the perfect opportunity to use it meaningfully. In these moments, we're able to engage in creative activities that bring our inner visions to life. Whether it's writing, painting, composing music, or even problem-solving, solitude nurtures a creative spirit that flourishes when given the chance to express itself freely. Creativity in solitude is not about meeting someone else's expectations or standards. It's about creating from a place of authenticity and personal connection. To make solitude a regular source of stability and creativity, consider integrating mindful practices into your alone time. For example, setting aside dedicated moments for quiet reflection or meditation can gradually enhance your ability to stay present. Simply starting with a few minutes each day to sit quietly, focus on your breathing, or immerse yourself in nature can cultivate a deep, lasting sense of peace. Over time, solitude will become a cherished retreat where you can connect with your core self and discover insights that only arise in these quiet moments. Another way to use solitude creatively is to engage in activities that ignite your passions. This might be exploring new ideas through journaling, working on a personal project, or creating art. These pursuits not only stimulate creativity, but also provide a profound sense of fulfillment. When we approach these activities without the pressure of perfection, we allow our imagination to thrive. Solitude becomes a spark that fuels our creativity, guiding us toward ideas and visions that are uniquely ours. Think of solitude as a nurturing environment where creativity and stability grow hand in hand. Like the story of the artist who retreated from the world to paint, solitude grants us the freedom to explore our minds, leading to inspiration that shapes our work and lives. In these moments, creativity isn't just a hobby, but a form of self-expression that connects us to our inner selves. In conclusion, solitude offers an unparalleled opportunity to develop both inner stability and a vibrant well of creativity. By embracing mindfulness in our alone time, we build a resilience that helps us face life's challenges with grace. Simultaneously, we unlock a creative potential that often remains dormant in the hustle of daily life. Solitude becomes a path to self-discovery and purpose, leading us toward a life that is both fulfilling and aligned with our deepest values. So the next time you find yourself alone, see it not as a moment of isolation, but as a powerful opportunity to cultivate stability and ignite creativity, creating a balanced, harmonious life from within. 4. Strengthen your inner voice through solitude. In a world filled with the opinions, judgments, and expectations of others, we rarely find the opportunity to truly listen to ourselves. It's easy to feel lost or disconnected, guided by external forces rather than our own desires and values. But solitude provides the essential space needed to tune into the quiet, steady voice within us, our inner voice. This voice, often buried beneath the noise of daily life, is the essence of who we are and holds the wisdom we need to navigate life in a way that feels true to ourselves. As Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This profound teaching reminds us that the guidance we seek is not found outside, but within. When we take time to be alone, free from distractions, we allow ourselves to hear this inner guidance more clearly. Solitude becomes a sacred moment where we reconnect with our core values, desires, and purpose. Without external noise, we can ask ourselves what truly matters, explore our feelings, and reflect on our goals. This process of self-connection strengthens our resolve, helping us resist external pressures and stay true to our values. It's in these moments of stillness that we realize that the answers we've been searching for have been within us all along. Our inner voice is like an old friend who knows us better than anyone else, but it often goes unheard in the hustle of everyday life. In solitude, however, this voice grows stronger. It guides us, helping us make decisions aligned with our authentic selves rather than merely following trends or meeting others' expectations. Mindfulness plays a key role in this, as it enables us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Through mindfulness, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves, enabling us to trust our inner voice and its guidance. To strengthen this inner voice, it's essential to cultivate regular periods of solitude and introspection. Make it a habit to step away from the distractions of the world and immerse yourself in your own thoughts and emotions. Consider starting with simple practices like meditation, where you sit quietly, focusing on your breath, allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment. Journaling is another powerful tool, helping you to articulate and understand your feelings and insights. Each practice helps you tune into your inner wisdom, giving it the space it needs to flourish. In solitude, you're not only listening to your inner voice, but also nurturing it. Over time, you'll notice that this voice provides strength and guidance, especially during difficult moments. It becomes a source of clarity when faced with tough decisions and a steady compass that keeps you aligned with your values. By spending time alone, you create a foundation of self-reliance and inner strength, allowing you to navigate challenges with confidence, knowing that your choices stem from a place of truth within. Imagine the story of a monk who retreats from society for a period of quiet reflection. In the silence, he confronts his fears, doubts, and desires, ultimately reconnecting with his deepest purpose. This solitude empowers him, clarifying his path and solidifying his commitment to his journey. His story is a reminder that in solitude, we don't just find ourselves, we find the courage to walk our own path, undistracted by the opinions of others. Our inner voice becomes a guide, one that helps us make meaningful choices and move forward with a sense of peace and purpose. Listening to our inner voice, however, requires patience and trust. At first, we may doubt our intuition, questioning whether we truly know what's best for us. But as we continue to practice solitude, our confidence in this voice grows. We begin to see that this inner guidance has a profound wisdom, leading us toward choices that align with our true selves. Each time we trust it, our connection to our inner wisdom deepens, creating a sense of self-reliance that is unshakable. Strengthening our inner voice through solitude doesn't mean we shut ourselves off from the world. Instead, it means that we engage with the world from a place of authenticity. When we're guided by our own values and desires, we become more resilient to outside influence. We no longer seek validation from others because we know that our decisions are rooted in personal truth. This self-trust not only empowers us to pursue our goals, but also brings clarity to our purpose, helping us to lead a life aligned with our deepest intentions. In conclusion, solitude offers a profound opportunity to nurture and strengthen our inner voice. When we embrace alone time, we create a sanctuary where we can connect with our authentic selves, gaining the wisdom, clarity, and courage to follow our true path. Through regular solitude, we build a foundation of self-reliance, resilience, and purpose that supports us in all areas of life. Just like the monk who discovered his path in solitude, we too can uncover our purpose and find the strength to pursue it by listening to the quiet wisdom within. 5. Develop resilience through solitude. Solitude, often misunderstood, is one of life's greatest teachers, especially when it comes to building resilience. Resilience is our ability to confront challenges, withstand setbacks, and continue moving forward with courage. When we face hardships alone, we have no one to lean on but ourselves, which pushes us to rely on inner strength and self-determination. This process, although demanding, is an essential part of growing stronger and cultivating the resilience needed to navigate life's ups and downs. As Buddha wisely said, "What we think, we become. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world." In solitude, we are gifted the time to focus on positive, empowering thoughts, which strengthens our ability to face difficulties with determination and grace. Solitude is a fertile ground for resilience, providing a sanctuary to confront our fears, doubts, and insecurities. It helps us build self-reliance, allowing us to see that our true strength lies within, independent of external validation or support. In these quiet moments, we connect with our capabilities and gain a sense of confidence in our own resilience. As we spend more time alone, we gradually shift our focus away from the opinions of others and start to depend on our own wisdom. This shift is where real resilience is born, helping us remain strong and steady in the face of adversity. Resilience is forged in the fires of solitude. It's here that we learn to endure, persist, and even thrive amidst obstacles. Buddhist practices, particularly meditation and mindfulness, view solitude as a vital tool for developing resilience. These practices encourage us to cultivate a calm mind, quieting the internal storms of fear and anxiety. This calm becomes the foundation of our resilience. When we possess an inner stillness, we can approach life's challenges with composure, making thoughtful decisions rather than reacting impulsively. Solitude, then, is not an escape from the world. It's preparation to face the world with renewed strength and clarity. To develop resilience through solitude, it's important to spend alone time reflecting on the challenges we face and examining our fears. This can be done through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly and contemplating our inner obstacles. Each challenge we confront in solitude helps us grow stronger. Resilience is not a trait we are born with. It is built, one step at a time. Each time we face a problem and overcome it alone, we become a bit more resilient. Over time, this self-trust becomes the foundation of our resilience, enabling us to face obstacles with calm confidence. Solitude teaches us patience, as it reminds us that not all problems have quick solutions. There are times when we must sit with our challenges, think them through, and allow ourselves to find the right approach in our own time. Patience is a critical component of resilience, helping us remain calm and focused even when things don't go as planned. In addition to patience, solitude gives us time to plan for the future. We can reflect on our goals, assess past challenges, and devise strategies to overcome future obstacles. By doing so, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for whatever life may bring. Consider the story of a warrior monk who chose to train alone in the mountains, far from the comfort and safety of his monastery. In the harsh wilderness, he confronted his deepest fears, pushing his body and mind to the limit. Each day brought new challenges, but solitude gave him the time and space to build his resilience, strengthening both his body and spirit. When he finally returned from his solitary retreat, he was not only stronger in body, but also unbreakable in mind. His story illustrates that while solitude can be challenging, it is also one of the most powerful ways to develop resilience. Solitude allows us to step back from the noise of the world and focus on ourselves. It gives us the opportunity to reflect on our experiences, confront our fears, and strengthen our inner resolve. When alone, we're free from the distractions and opinions of others, enabling us to concentrate fully on our thoughts and emotions. This self-exploration sharpens our ability to handle challenges with wisdom and strength. In Buddhism, solitude and mindfulness are seen as essential tools for personal growth. By embracing solitude, we aren't running away from the world. Rather, we are deepening our understanding of ourselves and our place within it. One simple way to practice resilience building in solitude is through mindfulness meditation. Begin by finding a quiet spot, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. Pay attention to each inhale and exhale, allowing your thoughts to come and go like passing clouds. This practice helps cultivate a calm mind, sharpening your focus and strengthening your ability to make thoughtful decisions. Mindfulness allows us to tune into what truly matters, bringing us back to our goals and helping us achieve a state of inner resilience. Imagine standing by a peaceful river, watching the water flow by. The water represents your thoughts, and the riverbank is your solitude. Standing on the bank, you observe the water without being swept away by it. This is what solitude enables us to do with our thoughts. By watching our thoughts from a place of calm, we can observe without being carried away, remaining grounded, peaceful, and resilient. In conclusion, solitude is a powerful tool for building resilience, allowing us to develop the inner strength and courage needed to handle life's difficulties. Just as the warrior monk grew stronger through solitary training, we too can become more resilient by embracing solitude. Each moment spent alone is an opportunity to reflect, grow, and prepare ourselves for the challenges ahead. Solitude provides the space to cultivate patience, clarity, and self-reliance. As we continue to build resilience through solitude, we become equipped to thrive in all areas of life, no matter the obstacles we encounter along the way. 6. Turn solitude into spiritual growth. In practicing solitude, we open the door to profound spiritual growth, one of the central teachings of Buddhism. Solitude offers us the space to cultivate a sacred, undisturbed environment where we can meditate, reflect, and connect deeply with our inner self. This quiet space allows the noise of the outside world to fade away, revealing truths that might otherwise go unnoticed. In moments of solitude, hidden layers of ourselves come into focus, leading us to understand the profound essence of our existence. As Buddha taught, meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. This guidance encourages us to use solitude as an opportunity to delve into wisdom and move towards enlightenment. Solitude enables us to dive deeper into meditation and other spiritual practices without the constant distractions of daily life. When we step into this quiet, reflective space, we tap into a broader understanding of our connection to the world and the universe. Through meditation, we begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and how our individual lives are woven into a larger, unified whole. In solitude, we come to see ourselves not as separate from the world, but as integral parts of a universal flow. These moments allow us to uncover our true purpose and align ourselves more closely with this flow, guided by a sense of interconnectedness and harmony. Buddhism emphasizes solitude as essential for spiritual awakening and enlightenment. The journey of Buddha himself exemplifies this. After years of searching, he ultimately found enlightenment in solitude, meditating under the Bodhi tree. In the stillness of that solitary moment, Buddha transcended the noise and distractions of the mind, attaining profound clarity and peace. His story illustrates that solitude is not about isolation. It's about tuning into our inner worlds to experience genuine spiritual growth. Taking a break from external noise allows us to look inward and engage in a journey of self-discovery, gaining wisdom that helps us live a more purposeful and enlightened life. To transform solitude into spiritual growth, set aside time each day for meditation and self-reflection. Use this time to reconnect with your inner self, exploring the deeper questions of life. By making this a regular practice, solitude becomes a sanctuary for the soul where true peace and clarity emerge. This inner peace not only fuels spiritual growth, but also forms the foundation for meaningful pursuits and goals. Embracing solitude and meditation opens doors to a greater understanding of the world and ourselves, revealing the answers that often lie within. Meditation quiets the constant chatter in our minds, enabling us to access deeper awareness. This awareness serves as a compass, guiding us to make wise choices and live a life aligned with our highest values. Solitude also provides an ideal setting to ponder essential questions like, what is my purpose? How can I live in a way that brings me closer to spiritual truth? Without outside distractions, we gain clarity, understanding that we are part of a vast, interconnected whole. In conclusion, solitude offers a profound space for spiritual growth. Through regular practice, solitude becomes more than a time to be alone. It transforms into a sanctuary for the soul, fostering peace, clarity, and a deeper understanding of our purpose in life. By following Buddha's example and dedicating ourselves to meditation in solitude, we can unlock spiritual growth, wisdom, and inner peace, foundations for a meaningful and fulfilling life. Solitude empowers us to turn inward, fostering spiritual resilience and aligning our goals with our most authentic selves. 7. Differentiate between solitude and loneliness. Solitude and loneliness may appear similar, but the distinction between them is profound. This difference holds the key to transforming time spent alone into a powerful tool for self-growth. Solitude is a choice, a deliberate decision to spend time with oneself to reflect, learn, and grow. It is empowering, intentional, and fulfilling. In contrast, loneliness is an emotional state often accompanied by a sense of isolation, emptiness, and yearning. By understanding this difference, we can learn to approach solitude with positivity, transforming what might feel like an empty space into fertile ground for self-discovery and empowerment. Buddha captured this transformation with the wisdom, "Better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you." Embracing solitude is the first step in this victory. By choosing solitude, we embark on a journey of self-mastery, delving into our inner world to understand ourselves, our thoughts, and our desires. In these moments, solitude becomes a sanctuary for self-reflection and inner growth, offering a peaceful space to heal and build strength. Though loneliness can feel challenging, it too can be transformed by self-compassion. By understanding its roots, loneliness becomes an opportunity to cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves. The distinction between solitude and loneliness also lies in mindset. Solitude empowers, loneliness disempowers. Choosing solitude means we actively create a fulfilling experience, one that allows for meditation, self-reflection, and self-growth. Buddhism teaches that our mindset shapes our experiences. Solitude, then, is an exercise in self-awareness, a space where we can engage deeply with our thoughts and ambitions without outside noise. It allows us to connect to our core values, goals, and aspirations, away from the pressures and expectations of society. In Buddhist teachings, solitude isn't viewed as an empty void, but as a rich space where we explore the depths of our mind and soul. In solitude, we are encouraged to reconnect with our true self, discovering who we truly are and what we genuinely want in life. Solitude becomes a choice for growth, self-compassion, and strength. Practicing solitude with a positive perspective lets us differentiate it from loneliness, giving us control over how we experience alone time. To embrace solitude, engage in activities that nourish your soul. Meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature are invaluable ways to make solitude a purposeful, fulfilling experience. Meditation calms the mind and clarifies intentions. Journaling brings insights into thoughts and feelings, and nature fosters peace and a sense of connection. Filling time with meaningful practices transforms solitude into a tool for self-growth. This practice is a shift in perspective. Solitude, seen as a time for inner work, is essential for personal growth, clarity, and goal setting. Consider the story of a sage who found peace in solitude, despite being misunderstood by others. While those around him saw his solitary lifestyle as loneliness, he perceived it as a choice, a path to deeper self-understanding and growth. In his solitude, he connected with his inner self, transforming his time alone into a sacred space for reflection, meditation, and personal transformation. Through solitude, he discovered peace, not from the presence of others, but from a profound connection with himself. The sage's story reminds us that solitude, when chosen, leads to empowerment, clarity, and purpose. By choosing solitude, we take control of our journey, finding strength in the quiet moments of self-reflection. Solitude strengthens our commitment to our goals by helping us align with our true values and desires. Rather than feeling isolated, we can use this time to reflect on who we are and what we aim to achieve. Solitude becomes a time to set meaningful goals, practice self-compassion, and build resilience. In conclusion, understanding the difference between solitude and loneliness allows us to view alone time as a potent opportunity for self-growth. Solitude is an intentional choice, creating a sacred space for reflection, learning, and self-connection. Loneliness, while painful, can be transformed with compassion and understanding. By embracing solitude as a positive choice, we empower ourselves to focus on personal growth, clarity, and purpose. Just like the sage, we can find strength and fulfillment in solitude, knowing that true contentment comes from within. 8. Recharge and rejuvenate. In the peaceful refuge of solitude, we find a place where our spirits can truly recharge and rejuvenate. Being alone isn't synonymous with loneliness. Rather, it's a valuable opportunity to spend time with ourselves, listening to the gentle whispers of our inner voice and reconnecting with our deeper purpose. The Buddha taught, to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our minds strong and clear. This teaching reminds us that taking care of our body and mind is essential if we want to face life's challenges with resilience and clarity. Solitude provides this sacred space, allowing us the chance to rest, recover, and renew our energy. In moments of quiet, we find the calm we need to soothe our tired spirits and heal from the relentless demands of daily life. In Buddhism, self-care is not seen as selfish but as a vital practice, and solitude offers the chance to let go of stress, worries, and endless tasks, giving ourselves permission to return to a state of inner peace. In these still moments, our body restores its energy and our mind refocuses, preparing us to meet life's stresses with resilience and strength. Just as a tree sheds its leaves to conserve energy in the winter, we too must occasionally withdraw from the world's busyness to preserve our vitality. Solitude is where the soul gathers strength. This isn't just a poetic notion, but a truth experienced by anyone who practices solitude regularly. Whether through mindful breathing, meditation, or sitting in stillness, the time spent alone allows us to create a reserve of peace, clarity, and resilience to meet the world's demands without being overwhelmed. The regular practice of solitude brings us closer to understanding who we are, unfiltered by the opinions or judgments of others. Through solitude, we awaken a self that's defined by inner wisdom and calmness. There's a powerful story of a monk who experienced this transformation firsthand. After years of dedicated work, he grew weary and disconnected from his purpose. He withdrew into solitude, spending his days in silence and simplicity, away from the monastery's routines. At first, he felt restless, but as the days turned into weeks, a transformation took place. The monk's weariness lifted, and a renewed sense of clarity and energy arose within him. In the stillness, he reconnected with his purpose and rediscovered his path, returning to his community filled with newfound energy and direction. The monk's story illustrates that solitude isn't merely about stepping away from the world. It's about stepping into a space where we renew ourselves from within. In solitude, we grant ourselves time to heal, rest, and restore the energy needed to pursue our life's goals with clarity and passion. To stay on track with our goals, it's essential to honor our need for regular rejuvenation. Solitude isn't a luxury, but a necessity. It's through solitude that we ensure we have the mental, physical, and spiritual strength to stay true to our path. Regular moments alone allow us to recharge, reflect, and ensure our journey remains driven by intention and sustainability. In solitude, we can also assess the alignment of our path with our core values and goals. Reflection during these quiet moments helps us avoid burnout, guiding us back to what truly matters. Practicing mindfulness in solitude enables us to become fully present, which reduces stress and increases clarity. Mindfulness, often practiced in quiet solitude, helps us understand our emotions, allowing us to respond thoughtfully to challenges rather than react impulsively. Spending time alone regularly strengthens our self-reliance and builds resilience, qualities essential for navigating life's challenges. When we rely on ourselves for support, we develop the mental and emotional strength needed to tackle difficulties with determination. Solitude helps us trust our ability to handle whatever comes our way. In conclusion, solitude is a powerful practice that supports our need for recharging, rejuvenating, and reconnecting with our purpose. Through rest, reflection, and mindfulness in solitude, we build resilience and clarity for pursuing our goals. The monk's story reminds us that solitude can renew us from within, empowering us to return to the world with a refreshed perspective and unshakable strength. Solitude is not an escape from life. It is a return to our essence, a sacred time to heal, grow, and prepare to face life with clarity, resilience, and an empowered sense of purpose. Solitude teaches us to trust in our inner strength and wisdom, making us more self-reliant and confident in navigating life's complexities. Through solitude, we connect with our true selves, gaining the clarity and insight needed to reach our goals and live with purpose. Embracing solitude, we learn to trust ourselves, think deeply, and stand confidently in our independence. Solitude isn't a journey of isolation, but one of empowerment, a journey where we uncover our true potential and find the strength to walk our path with certainty. In the stillness, we realize that everything we need to succeed is already within us. The path to self-mastery is one we must undertake alone. Conclusion: embrace solitude to achieve your goals. Embracing solitude isn't about withdrawing from the world, but about discovering the true depth of yourself within it. It's during those quiet moments, free from the distractions and pressures of daily life, that we begin to understand who we are and what we're capable of. Solitude becomes a powerful tool for personal and spiritual growth, giving us the space to find clarity, ignite creativity, and build resilience. In solitude, we learn to listen to our inner voice, sharpen our focus, and fuel the passions that drive us. Though the inward journey isn't always easy, it's here that the seeds of greatness are planted. Remember, the path to achieving your goals often begins with solitude. It's in these moments that you can tap into your inner strength and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. Solitude helps you discover not only who you truly are, but also the strength to become everything you're meant to be. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like and share it with others who may benefit from wisdom. Be sure to subscribe to OM Wisdom for more insights rooted in Buddhist philosophy and teachings. Your journey to greatness begins with a single step. Embrace the power of solitude and unlock your full potential.